Well, Gaza is currently experiencing a dire humanitarian crisis as Israel continues to retaliate for the Hamas terror attack a week ago. Now you're looking at footage from this morning where thousands more Palestinians were seen fleeing the northern side of the Gaza Strip today as Israel hit the area with more airstrikes. The 24-hour evacuation notice expired yesterday, where Israel asked the entire population of that northern half of the Gaza Strip, more than 1 million people, to move south. The Israeli military said they will be attacking Gaza from the air, sea, and land. Gaza authorities say more than 2,000 people have died, nearly 10,000 people have been injured. Good evening, I'm Jack Mulmed in for Sam Rogers. And as the number of people who are dying in the ongoing war continues to climb, there are ripple effects all around the world. People who may not live in the region have family who were killed and injured in recent days, and the grief of those losses has come here to Maine. Our Donovan Lynch joins us today with a story about one man who lost his grandson while fighting in the war.
Hi, Jack. Well, as we've been watching all week, the devastation we're seeing is sometimes hard to grapple with, and that's especially true for people who have family in Palestine and Israel. I had a chance to sit down with a man from Bangor who suffered a tragic loss in the early hours of this war. He says over the past week, the grief has at times been very difficult, but he's sustained by memories and hope.
Now in the home, they all get together at the table. Aryeh won't be there. His room, he's not coming home anymore.
In a quiet house in Bangor, Howard Trotsky grieves a loss from half a world away. Last week, his grandson Aryeh Ziering died while fighting in the Israel Defense Forces.
The doorbell rang, and I went over to the door, and I saw the rabbi there with his wife. And he was fumbling and getting out a cell phone, and I didn't know why he was there. And he said, your daughter would like to speak to you.
In the days since, Howard, an 83-year-old former teacher, has reflected on Aryeh's life. Starting out, he was a young kid from Israel, struggling with a learning disability, but who found his footing at UMaine basketball camp while visiting one summer.
I said, Aryeh, pass off to all these Maine boys, let them do the shooting, and you'll make a lot of friends. But that didn't last very long. He started shooting, and of course, his group was a team with 8 other teams, and they won.
With newfound confidence, he joined the Israeli Navy as an officer, finding a home in a special K-9 unit.
He was a commander who demanded excellence from his men, but was compassionate and never screamed at them.
It was in this role, while leading his troops, that Aryeh's life was suddenly taken at the age of 27.
A top man in the Navy SEALs said, my daughter told me yesterday, he came and said, I never should have let him go. And so
Aryeh's life and accomplishments were extinguished in a conflict Howard hoped his grandson would stay far away from.
I never wanted to see him kill a Palestinian, and I never wanted a Palestinian to kill him. The fact that people go to war is a failure of all of human beings.
As he sits in his living room in Bangor, surrounded by photos of family members who had survived the Holocaust, as well as those who had been lost to wars of the past, Howard is comforted by a simple belief.
As long as we remember the person, he's still around. It's when you forget that the person is gone.
And a funeral was held for Aryeh earlier this week in Israel, with many of his fellow soldiers speaking to his character and courage. And talking to Howard, he tells me he knows the same pain that his daughter is feeling losing a son is also being felt by Palestinian mothers. Jack?
All right. Thank you so much, Donovan.